Good morning YouTube and welcome to another video. So it's the 28th, no it's the 29th of November today, Monday. Clearly not keeping up with the dates, nothing to do with prep brain anymore, as you know. Yeah, it's Monday the 29th of November and I just thought I would fill you all back in. So obviously the last video was kind of just more day in the lifestyle, a bit of my training, a bit of what I'm eating, a bit of how I've transitioned into post-show. This time I thought I'd just talk more about kind of my 2-year transition, so how I've actually come from being a small little bikini girl 2 years ago, not even placing, to winning a finals in figure this year, becoming a figure British champion. So I thought I'd kind of delve into that in this video. And yeah, also just wanted to say thanks so much to those of you who reached out. Obviously last video I uploaded, I kind of put out on my Instagram saying that I wasn't necessarily that fussed about vlogging as much. And yeah, people that I don't even know, like reaching out and saying, oh, I'm really glad you're still doing videos, I really enjoy your videos. And yeah, it just gave me kind of a push to be like, oh yeah, well, whilst there's people that are enjoying what I'm doing, why not continue doing it? So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like if I didn't think this was gonna benefit anyone or people weren't gonna enjoy me making videos, I'd probably just stop. But while I've got you know, people that are actually wanting to see more, then I'm going to give you more. Of course, let me know, please always let me know if there is anything you specifically would like to see. Any suggestions, kind of video lengths as well, like do you prefer longer videos, shorter ones? Like I don't know what people do while they're watching my videos, like while I'm rambling on, because I generally watch YouTube when I'm eating. And then when I'm doing cardio, which I actually don't have any active cardio at the moment, so I'm not having that time where I'd usually watch YouTube videos anymore, so I wouldn't want them to be that long. But you guys just let me know. I'm interested, you know, video length, video content, anything you want to know about my journey or what I do on a daily kind of thing, training tips, anything you want to see, let me know. Otherwise, I'll just kind of go as I feel. So today I'm in for push. It's Monday, which means it's a busy check-in day. It's Alicia's start of prep and she's just sent me her first like posing video. So I'm like just watching it like, okay. She's being posed by Phoebe Goodwin, who's just based in Bradford. And I had my session with Phoebe like 4 days before the FitX final. So Phoebe's a FitX judge and she did judge me when I won my regional show, when I got moved from bikini to figure that day. And then yeah, so I was like a week away from my show and I just thought, Christ, I actually don't know what FitX are looking for posing wise. Funnily enough, like I knew bikini and then it was like I got moved into figure. And so that time that I had, that 10-week prep I had, posing wise, I was obviously focusing as well on PCA and the PCA routine that I had to learn. And I was just focusing on the poses that I felt that FitX wanted based on what Emma Hyman had showed me that day. But then I was also getting to a point where I was like, I'm sure there's other poses and I'm not sure that I'm really doing the eye walk how it should be. So I should probably get in a session with Phoebe and run through it. Obviously, the good thing about FitX is that anyone who would be your, you know, pose you or coach you would literally step aside if they were on the judging panel. So I didn't feel like if I get a session with Phoebe and she ends up judging the finals, I didn't feel it would be a problem because I knew she'd step aside. I went to other FitX shows and I watched the judges like actually leave the panel when their clients were on stage. I saw them do it. So I was like, they're not even just saying they do that, and not all federations do. So yeah, I didn't think it would be a problem from that aspect. So I was like, right, I'm going to get in with Phoebe because I generally need to know what the hell I'm doing on Saturday. And lo and behold, I was doing like the wrong stuff. And that session was so bloody valuable because she taught me what I needed to do on Saturday. And I then had like 4 days to kind of relearn some poses. And I was like, thank God I had that session. But yeah, Phoebe didn't even end up judging the finals in the end. So I didn't even have that issue. You know, not that it would have been an issue, but you know what I mean? I didn't feel like, oh, walks, she's not even there. So Alicia is being posed by Phoebe. So she's just sent me a video and it's all like Phoebe style transitions and stuff. And I'm like, oh, you look great. So yeah, I'm really excited, but I'm going to hop to check-ins now. I actually need to, I've already set up Alicia. She knows what she's doing like this week for like her training and stuff. I've tweaked a few things, pulled out a few exercises and changed them for kind of like prep purposes. But I need to drop her food and I need to just obviously do everyone else's check-in. So I'm going to get to that now, take me a couple of hours, and then it's in for push. I'm going to go get to the gym for about 1. So I've had my cream of rice that I have every morning that you saw in the last video. And then I'll probably have one more meal, not sure what yet, but we'll see. All right guys, so I've had my monthly delivery from Impact. So it always arrives and it's always like a massive box. I'm always like, wow, what, like, I know what I've asked for, but equally I'm like, just excited, like, just to see what's in store. Because this particular month, I've asked for like, basically got an energy drink addiction, I won't lie. So I've asked for like a bundle of different energy drinks that I'm gonna try this month. So I'm excited to kind of see what I've been sent as my little bundle. So here we go. Oh, so he's done like instead of just like the average 12 pack, he's done a little mixture of like C4, he said. So I've got the frozen bombsicle flavours by the looks of it. Oh, and then he's also sent Bang. I've not tried Bang energy drinks, so I'm excited to try that. I think I've got a few different flavours of Bang, which is cool. Oh, he sent me some Monster as well, he did say. So yeah, there's a Monster in there. Obviously 0 sugar ones, like, you know, come on. So I can get in there. Yeah, which one's this? Ultra Black, which I've never tried, so that's nice as well. I've never tried that flavour. So cool. So that's the energy drinks. And then I got the last pink lemonade in Overfarm EAAs. These absolutely, like, they're the best EAAs I've ever tried. And Impact haven't stocked them for a while. And they're back in stock. They've mostly sold out again now, lol. But I did manage to get the last pink lemonade, not gonna lie. I got in there before Black Friday and was like, can you make sure I get some in Overfarm, please? So that's mint. And then he sent me, oh yeah, so the Creamax, the strawberry kiwi flavour, which, yes, because I'm running low on creatine, so I just said like, can you send me some, hopefully flavoured, because I'm really bored of having like unflavoured creatine. Like usually I'll add it in with my intra and just have it intra workout just because it's like shit on its own. But yes, so I'm excited to kind of have this as a morning drink instead, because I used to have like flavoured glutamine and I used to like really enjoy having like a little drink in the morning with my breakfast. So now I'm probably gonna start having my creatine now like in the morning instead of like in my intra, which I will enjoy. So yeah, this is basically it's 5,000 milligrams of just pure creatine monohydrate. And then you've got 100 milligrams of Actogen, which basically, well, it says it here, improved glycogen replenishment post-workout, resulting in improved recovery rate. So it's like not just creatine, pure creatine basically. So I thought, yeah, makes sense to me to get this as well. Help with glycogen replenishment straight after your workout. So, I mean, yeah, I still think I'll be able to take that at any times of the day, really. Well, it does say actually we highly recommend taking it as part of your intra workout. I was about to say, to be honest, actually I'm probably going to have this in my intra if it's got Actogen in it. So I'll keep having this in my intra on a training day. Yeah, it literally says that due to the inclusion of Actogen. So that's fine. On non-training days, it can be consumed at whatever time is convenient. So conveniently for me will be my my breakfast. So yeah, it's nice that they've got them instructions on the back, to be fair. That's helpful. I mean, like I say, I would have implemented it that way anyway, but it's nice for if you weren't sure. And then yes, I've got a few little samples in here, which is nice. Always they send some samples out, so if you do order from Impact, you know, you'll expect some nice samples. So I've got the complete strength caramel biscuit cream of rice. I've got Alpha Neon Maximum Carnage. Literally sometimes I like read these and I'm like, what's that? But he's written it on, so it's kind of like I can like check it out on the website and see what it is. Oh yes, they've sent me some cereal milk isolate from CMP. I actually really like that one. I've actually had it before, so I mean, who doesn't like cereal milk flavoured whey? So yeah, I mean, Impact, they just stock all these different like brands, so it really is like a perfect, you know, when you just want like an order of all different stuff. Like you want your Monster, but you also want your Innova Farm, you know, but you also want like CMP or Complete Strength. So it's all on there. So it's like, yeah, this is why I love being sponsored by like a supplement company that just stocks all brands, so that I don't have to like worry about ever ordering from anywhere else, because it's like, no, like everything I need is here. So yeah, if you do ever want to order, guys, and you're low on supplements, then I would head over to Impact and obviously use my discount code, which would be much appreciated. Anyway, I've literally got one more check-in to do now. It's 11:20, so the day is cracking on. Yes, Monday morning's check-in morning, and then I'm going to figure out what to eat. Don't know. Haven't got much in, but I'll figure it out. Something hefty pre-workout, I would say. So then I'll head to the gym after that. Alright guys, so I just thought I'd do a little voiceover of this session actually. It's my current push session, and I sort of had to figure it out over the last few weeks of what's going to work. But basically what I found is I like to start with this machine, which is the lateral raise machine, and I had dumbbells on the program, but to be honest, with the resistance profile of this machine just constantly on your shoulders, I just decided to put this one in, take it to failure obviously at the end of every set. So there is also a single arm shoulder press in this session as well, so I use like a pin stacked machine for that. And yeah, just obviously with my dodgy shoulder, it's really nice if I can keep it. It's a neutral grip one, which is great, and also, just keep working each shoulder in isolation is really good. So I do that as well, a couple of sets, one set, working set, and then I've got a drop set after that. So shoulders are absolutely knackered already by 2 exercises in, and then it's into crucifix lateral raises, which I love, and I just had to put them in because I didn't have them on my prep, and I just had to put them back in my sessions. So I've got crucifix lateral raises. Yes, so I'm just working up on this current machine at the moment, and just take it to failure. And then after that we go straight in with plate front raises. So the plate front raises, again, it's coming straight off doing crucifix lateral raises where you've taken them to failure to then do this. It's absolute torture. Yes, so again, just thinking about really keeping the core nice and tight, strict form, not sort of like moving the weight with my body. And yeah, to sort of take this one all the way, just absolutely knackering. And this is all I do for the shoulders, guys. It's these kind of 4 exercises, but trust me, by the end you're needing a break before you go into the next exercise because you are knackered. So then we're going into the big chest compound of the session. So I'm actually running on the Smith machine now, doing a flat press, which based on my injury I haven't been able to do any chest pressing in way over a year. So for me, this is interesting. It did hurt for the first couple of weeks, but it's felt all right this week after this session. It's been fine, to be fair. This is actually my back off set. So I do 2 working sets, which I've got a plate aside at the moment, so that's 40 kilos. And then this is, I backed off at 30 kilos and I managed 11 reps, which was fine. 10 reps on the other 2 sets. But it's interesting to see how you fatigue as your sets go on, because first 2 sets, 10 reps on 40, drop down to 30 and just manage 11. You'd think I'd get more reps, but no, by this point I'm fatigued to hell. So it's like 100% needing that back off. Like if I tried to do a 3rd set with similar weight, it wouldn't move for very many reps at all. So yeah, this was taken to failure, as was every set. And then shock and awe, we have a pull movement in my push session, but this is what I'm doing at the moment. So like literally by those 4 exercises, my sort of chest and shoulders are absolutely done. And then this means that I can sort of get more volume with my back across the week as well. So it's just, from a recovery perspective, it's great because I'm not absolutely hammering, like just push and then having to kind of recover from that the next day. I've also had a chance to kind of get a pull movement in there as well. So I just do 2 sets of the lat pull down in this session. And then if I end up showing you my pull session on another day, you'll see that I do 2 push exercises then. So I do chest flies on the machine, and then I also do like a cuff lateral raise as well. So yeah, it gets more the volume across the week and allows me to sort of recover better from each session. So yeah, it's working really nicely at the moment. And then so we're into triceps now, so we're getting towards the end of the session. This is done as a superset. So first part of the superset is this hammer strength dip machine, which is really nice actually. Again, dips were something that I really couldn't do for a long time when my injury first happened, but honestly these are feeling fine. So yeah, just focusing on pressing my chest into the pad and just leaning into it, and just really letting my triceps do all the work. And honestly, this absolutely burns. So yeah, as well, just like not bringing the elbows up too high, otherwise it kind of engages your shoulders as well. You just want all the focus to be on the triceps here. So yeah, that's what I focus on, and yeah, I seem to be progressing this really nicely at the moment. So again, I'll just take these dips to absolute failure, and then yeah, so it is a grind towards the end, and then it gets straight into the next exercise. So then to finish off the push element of the session, it's the push downs with the rope. So honestly, using 2 ropes makes all the difference. When you just use the one, it really constricts the range of motion. So yeah, with the 2, you can really actually lengthen both arms and bring them all the way down. And it just absolutely, you get such a better connection with your triceps. So I would highly recommend, if you do have extra ropes in your gym, to give this a go. But yeah, take this to failure again, end of the push, and then I've got 2 sets of dumbbell bicep curls to finish off and just kind of top up my bicep volume for the week as well. Hi guys, so back in the office. It's now 2 days later, so it's the 1st of December, so start of Advent, which is super exciting. No one can stop me from getting excited for Christmas now. It's on. So yeah, I mean, I stopped like doing any more recordings on Monday because Mondays are just my super busy day. By the time I've like got back from the gym, I've got more admin to do in the evening and clients to reply to and things like that. And the day always just goes away with me. So here we are. I thought I would do the how I made my transformation. So yes, first off the bat, I mean, I never have really spoken about my 2019 prep. You might have seen it if you've been following my YouTube for that long, because I did document that journey as well. If you ever have time to go back to my old videos, you will see how tiny I was. But yes, that prep was generally horrific. Terrible first prep. And yeah, I've never really spoke about it before. I think I just came off social media really after. You'll see there's a huge gap in my YouTube videos where I just stopped completely. I tried to continue. I came out of prep. I had a huge rebound, and then I tried to get back on it because I was like upset that I'd gained 10 kilos. So I tried to get back on prep, and I thought, what have I done? I need to prep for another show, and I was going for like the PCA Midlands that September, and I got injured. So the shoulder injury that you might have heard me speak about before, that's when it happened really. I overtrained. As soon as I came out of the show, not only did I eat everything in sight, but I did every single shoulder exercise in sight because it's my favourite thing to train, and I went a bit mad. I think I trained shoulders like 3 times that week. And you forget that when you've just come off the back of a prep, the last thing you need to be doing really, if you can help it, is get straight back in the gym. Because you think that you feel I've all this energy because you've eaten, but you're literally like you've just come off the back of a prep where you've been taking everything really carefully because your joints are screwed up, and there's so many reasons why your body's not ready to handle a load of weight, and then you've just gone and absolutely smashed it in the gym. So like, as opposed to this prep where I took 2 full weeks off, which I needed, the last time round I like just went and smashed the gym and got the injury. And so it came to it, and I was like, I can't continue with this prep anyway because I'm injured. And, it just took sitting down with, so at the time I was working at Pure Gym, it took just me sitting down with the manager then and her saying to me, like, what benefit have you got now continuing to prep? Like, where's the benefit? Your clients you've got a really good client base now, you're smashing your business, like, you don't need to, doing this prep isn't going to help you get more clients, like, nothing like this, like you're just actually providing a detriment really to your business by continuing to prep. And it only took one conversation for me to be like, that was the little crutch that I needed to just be like, let's stop. I just needed one person to sit me down and say, look, what you're doing. So I pulled out of that prep, and yeah, I think mentally was just in a dark spot really, because I just had the worst prep ever. Yeah, I mean, like I said, that the coach I had, she never coached anyone before. I think I sort of got conned into it because I came off the back of having another really bad coach, and jumped straight into another coach because I was ready to start my prep and I didn't want to prep with the coach that I'd just had, and I was desperately looking for a coach, and I went for the first one that came up. Little did I know she'd never prepped anyone before. She hasn't prepped anyone since, for sure, as well. So I'm glad about that. But yeah, she shouldn't have been prepping anyone, and it was dire, to be fair. And I was I was very lean very early, and it was just a torture, to be honest, for weeks. Pure torture. So yeah, it destroyed me a little bit, to be honest, that prep. I think I lost a lot of muscle as well. So going into the shows and stuff, I was small. The one show that I did that I didn't qualify for, like, but yeah, I mean, it's crazy to describe how it felt to not place that time, because obviously, like, I was cracking on with my prep. Like, I didn't know how bad it was at the time as such. I did, but I was just in denial and getting on with it. And so when it came to being on stage, there was 8 of us, and I was in the back 4, if that makes sense. Like, you had the top 4, and then there was just me at the back, like, you haven't smashed it. And yeah, I just, that feeling where the top 4 get their medals and you are stood at the back, and then they ask you to leave the stage, and oh, it felt terrible, I'm not gonna lie. I did not feel good about it. Came off stage and, like, downed a pint of water and just had to be on my own for about 10 minutes. And then I just pulled myself together and was like, if you go back and watch the show day video from then, you'll see I was very happy. I suddenly realised, like, this is awesome, and everyone should feel that way. Like, you've completed a prep, mate. Like, most people won't complete a prep. You've put yourself through mental and physical torture for many months, and you've risen above every single challenge every single day. And so I just thought, this is awesome, and equally fair play to the people that did place, and they're all lovely girls, like, which I still in touch with them, to be fair. Like Amy, for example, who came 4th. I remember just thinking, I need to go and see Amy. I know she'll be buzzing that she placed. And yeah, so I felt mint, and we had a great day afterwards. It was a good day. But yeah, I was like, going into this season, it was like, I don't want that feeling again of standing at the back of the stage and not placing. And yeah, I mean, yeah, so I say I had this dark period of time where, yeah, I just didn't feel good. I came off social media and just kind of had a break from everything. I didn't come off social media as such, but I definitely didn't post on Instagram for quite a few months after that. Or if so, it was very sporadic. And yeah, it took me, I coached myself, as I am doing now. That's how I, like, I came out of that show. So the bad coach that I'd had, the final 3 weeks of that prep was when Paige saved me and was like, please let me prep you. And despite the fact that she'd, like, never prepped anyone before and was, like, new to coaching, I was like, I'm pretty sure you're going to do a better job. And, like, Paige's passion for the sport and everything, and the fact that we were friends and I trusted her, I was like, help me, yeah, crack on. So yeah, I mean, she did a good job of me in those last 3 weeks, to be fair. She did the best that she could with what was left of me. But yeah, I was still, like, it was just 3 weeks to help me, and then after that, I was happy to just go it alone. It wasn't like I was breaking off from working with Paige. It's like I'd barely really worked with her. So it was like, it was just an obvious thing for me to just go on my own. So yeah, I mean, I, like, had to have a break from upper body training, but I just, like, rehabbed and was training legs still twice a week as always. And yeah, I just kept my training going like that. That's never difficult for me. And yeah, just slowly got back on the saddle. It's just a bit of a blur, to be quite honest with you. I don't think my nutrition was probably on point really, but I honestly can't remember. It was a dark time, so I just and yeah, I think going into the next year and stuff, I remember it getting to about March time, and I must have been quite off with my nutrition, because I remember I'd sort of gained some unnecessary weight. I think what I was doing is I wasn't tracking, but I was just kind of like, I remember grenade bars being my go-to snack at the time. So yeah, I definitely had a sort of structured, like, nutrition where I was, like, having my grenade bar was my afternoon snack, and I was having, like, similar, like, meals every day, but it was just a bit, like, sporadic. And I remember reaching out to Paige in that March time about doing, like, a kind of little mini shred, because I was feeling a bit naff. And we did a few weeks, and then lockdown happened. So yeah, I mean, going into lockdown, it was just kind of a case of, I want to do my own thing. I'd only really signed up for, like, an 8-week shred with Paige anyway. And, like, knowing what I had, the equipment that I had available in my house, and the ability that I have to structure and plan sessions, as it is my job. So I did all my own stuff in lockdown. I just kind of got yeah, got push-pull, two lower days, and just kind of cracked on, really. Made it as difficult as I could, kept it the same days, kept the structure there in lockdown. And it got to like, not that long into lockdown really, when I was just like, I want to compete. Like, I got that itch again, and we had nothing better to do at the time, and that was all that was on my mind. And so I said to Paige, yeah, let's do this. And then when we got the kind of go ahead that gyms were going to reopen, this is when I was like, right, so starting from July when it opens, we're going to have that structured off season, you know, on plan. And that's when I started again with Paige and kind of had the meal plan, and properly, like, literally followed that meal plan from July to July this year, like a full year of just eating the same thing every single day, building it up from July to like December, and then starting my prep in January. But yeah, so basically all the time before I worked with Paige in last July, I was just, it was not optimal really. It was me doing the do on my own, just kind of, you know, I got back into upper body training after a couple of months off, and you know, smashing my sessions as always. I think it was just always like 2 leg sessions a week, push pull. And yeah, when we went into lockdown, like despite the lack of equipment, I made those sessions as hard as I physically could. And, you know, to be honest, my upper sessions were really good. They were difficult with, you know, by the end of the last lockdown we had sort of like 17.5 kg dumbbells, which were pretty decent, to be fair, if you do supersets and stuff. I had a lot to work with. So yeah, I just did the do, really. Just never gave up on my training, and just kept going. And then I was happy to push my food really high, you know, last year, and just really absolutely hammer the gym when I could, when the gyms reopened. I really, I think, but so that time from July really onwards was when I really learnt how to really train with intent and really get that intensity, and it's made all the difference, to be fair. So yeah, that's kind of it really. That's how I did it. I mean, I also did have to have, during the first lockdown, that summer 2020, I did actually have to have another kind of month off training upper body again, because my injury got back. It was all the dumbbell work. I can't really do anything free with this side. It's just not worth it. And so all the dumbbell work kind of niggled again, and it got really painful, and I had to stop. And I saw an osteopath. It was one of the only things that we could do in the lockdown, was you were allowed to go to the osteopath if it was an injury. So I used to look forward to those appointments, because it was like my only socialisation at the time. But yeah, so I had to rehab for a bit as well last summer. So none of that was really optimal. The optimal time I had was July 2020 to December. Well, no, even then till November, let's say, and then we had another lockdown. But yeah, so I had a 5-month push really, and then it was January, lockdown hit again, and it was that lockdown where we were like, come on, we're going to get some more kit now, this is ridiculous. So I think that's when we got the heavier dumbbells actually. So even before then I only had access to 10 kg a side. But yeah, I mean, you've seen the progress that I've made. So quite clearly, you know, lockdown wasn't an excuse. Some people had access to more kit than me. I had what I had, and I've made the progress I've made. So it's just how bad you want it. How willing are you to make things work? How willing are you to work around uncomfortable or inconvenient circumstances to get where you want to be? I just knew I needed to really grow my back, get that width that I lacked last season. That was my main thing, and bringing up my shoulders obviously, and then everything else was just kind of like, yeah, of course I'm going to bring my legs up standard, but the main thing was they asked for bigger shoulders and wider back, which is 100% what I brought. And you know, that the training in lockdown really helped with that. I really managed to get some good pull and push sessions in that, like, with the equipment I had. So yeah, that's how I did it, guys. I mean, when I'm actually speaking that out, it's like, oh, I really did not have an optimal time away from stage. There was a lot of interruption really there, wasn't there? Injuries and lockdowns and breakdowns. But yeah, I've done it. And yeah, it just got to a point where obviously you get so big, you've got so much body fat, you can't quite tell what category necessarily you're going to fall into. You wouldn't have known looking at me that I was a figure necessarily. But, you know, it was always in the back of my mind that I wanted to do figure. That was all I really wanted. I never felt comfortable in bikini. And yeah, I mean, I even had, when I was like maybe 16 weeks out, I got Kayla to pose me in some of the figure poses, which I'll put up, you know, if I can find the pictures. and she said, you know, you probably could do tone figure this year, to be fair, if it was up to you. Well, she was like, you know, it's up to you, but I didn't really, I was already sort of quite a few weeks into prep then, and I was just set on cracking on. But yeah, even up till the last posing lesson I had with Kayla, I remember we had 10 minutes left at the end, and I just was like, I nearly said to her, like, can we just run through the figure poses while I'm this lean? But so it was always on my mind. And then so when I got moved, it was just, let's fucking go, let's do this, let's learn these poses in 10 minutes and let's get back on stage and do it the justice, because it's all I really want. And yeah, there we are, I won it, and it was mint. And then 10 weeks of prepping and just training like an absolute animal, to be fair. Like, the times that I have been in the gym, it has been optimal, and I've really rinsed every single rep, every single set, and not left anything in the tank. So yeah, the last prep really did as well. Just, people say, oh, you can grow into a prep. You absolutely can, and I absolutely did, and came back, won the finals, and that's it, British champion. So it's kind of that's it in a nutshell. I think I've waffled for 15 minutes, but if you've got this far, thanks. Yeah, and I will continue to kind of push out some content, get some stuff filmed for you. You know, my training sessions, and obviously I've got a few clients stepping on stage themselves next year, which is super exciting. So I'll keep you updated on their progress as and when I can as well. And yeah, we'll just keep this going. But thank you if you got this far. And yes, I will keep the vlogs up because I think I've got my groove back now, guys. So I will keep them up. And until then, I will see you next time. Ciao for now.